Procrastination is anything we put off or postpone doing, according to the dictionary. Sounds familiar? At some point, all of us have found ourselves in a situation where something needs to be done, but we keep putting it off. We are well conscious of it. We plan to carry it out eventually. It is right there on our to-do list, in front of us. However, for whatever reason, we put it off and promise ourselves we'll get to it later. So, what exactly is happening here? Why can't we just finish it and move on? How can we permanently put an end to this procrastinating pattern? Why do people procrastinate? Nothing is as exhausting as holding on to an unfinished task indefinitely. Why then do some tasks seem to be so challenging to complete? And isn't it difficult to start? Also, exhausting to complete? There are several possible causes for why people put off doing anything. Ollie Schiller and Marissa Boisvert, co-owners of Accountability Works, suggest there are 4 types of procrastination: the performer, the self-deprecator, the overbooker, and the novelty seeker. The performer might be someone who waits till the last minute despite claiming to work well under pressure. Even while they might succeed, maintaining pressure is not a very viable tactic. One's health may eventually suffer as a result of the stress caused by this behavior. Additionally, if the project is time-sensitive, you should leave everyone guessing as to whether you'll succeed in your objective or not. The self-deprecator feels terrible for not doing it, which leads to low self-esteem. This can lead to a vicious cycle in which you get less done the worse you feel. Then, as you do less, you feel worse. This person could only require a break and some time to reflect on self-care. After that, make an effort to approach their work from a new, rested perspective. The overbooker, they are so overbooked that they have no time for anything. They frequently have so many things going on that they are unable to prioritize any one of them. They may avoid actually having to face anything by causing turmoil. They may need to consider the wider picture and reflect on what they are truly attempting to avoid. Lastly, the novelty seeker also suffers from shiny object syndrome in a way. They struggle to finish tasks because they are frequently sidetracked by new ideas. They might have excellent suggestions that are worth considering, but a better course of action for them might be to record the new idea on a different list and return to it once the current work has been completed. There are several forms and causes of procrastination. But the fact is that nothing is getting done. Due to the fact that you are momentarily freed from completing the item you need to do, the act of procrastination itself might provide some degree of satisfaction. But it doesn't last long. The assignment is still there, beckoning your name and awaiting your attention. Christopher Parker, an English actor, famously said, "Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill." How many times have we promised ourselves that we will complete a task only to see another day pass without having taken any action to achieve our goal of finishing the assignment? We might have tried utilizing bribes, treats, or awards to force ourselves into doing it. It works sometimes, but not all the time. It might be adequate if the incentive is substantial enough. The task could occasionally appear too difficult. We might be able to take on the task one step at a time and make it more doable and less frightening by breaking it down into smaller parts. A time limit has been tried by some people. You can have a clear end in mind for when you want to be finished by either setting a timer for a certain amount of work time each day or defining a target for when you want to accomplish the activity. The task itself might not seem as challenging or time-consuming if you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll probably accomplish more by eliminating interruptions and concentrating on your current task than you would if you were constantly interrupted. Disconnect from your phone, inform everyone around you that you'll be working on your project, and then settle in for some productive work time. And if you fail, don't forget to be kind to yourself. Instead of identifying with what you failed to do, make the firm resolve to try again at the next planned opportunity. Even if you don't get as much done as you wanted to, be sure to spend that time working toward the goal. Failure is not an option in today's life. Although obstacles and setbacks are frequently a part of every undertaking, keep in mind that success and completion are the ultimate goals. Recognize that improvement is preferable to perfection. Procrastination is destroyed by action. What then is stopping you from the beginning? Recognize the fear or barrier preventing you. You can't be the child who is overthinking while standing at the top of the slides. You must descend the waterfall. Procrastination ends when you take action. Once you start moving, you have made a significant advancement. Heinrich Böll, a German author, once urged his readers, if you want to achieve something, get up and actually do it. How do we begin, though? How do we go about doing it? Where do you begin when anything and everything appears more tempting than completing the task at hand? The power that propels action is motivation. You are more likely to complete a task if you become inspired to do so. However, how do you become inspired? Motivation is fueled by the stimulus. We become motivated because of it. For instance, seeing a spider crawling over the ceiling can act as a trigger for you to get up, grab your cleaning materials, and dust the entire room to get rid of the spiders. Alternatively, if your employer calls to check on the status of the project, stimulus, and you feel motivated to finish it to avoid another phone call, you gather the necessary materials and begin to work, action. Motivation is different from a stimulus in the sense that a stimulus is always derived from an outer source. A spider, a call from your employer. It is something that causes you to respond and makes you aware that you must take action. Motivation, however, comes from the inside. It's the decision to move forward and carry out the action. Discover what inspires you. Is it a reward? Is there a worry that if we don't finish it, something bad will happen? Or is it a chance to establish a habit that fosters responsibility and self-worth? Whatever the stimulus is, it will inspire you to move forward. Motivation plus stimulus equals action. The additional component to overcoming procrastination is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the power to make oneself do what you should when you should, whether you feel like it or not, wrote American author, artist, and philosopher Elbert Hubbard. Every time you find the drive to take action, it gets simpler and you start to form an action habit. Les Brown, a motivational speaker, said, "The truth is, discipline is only a punishment when it's imposed on you by another person." Self-discipline is not punishment, rather, it is empowerment. Start where you are and take steps toward developing a habit of personal accountability, responsibility, and empowerment if you want to battle and eradicate procrastination. It will be less stressful and allow you more time to think about other things if you don't have anything hanging over your head on your to-do list. You may get a sense of being stuck or immobility when you procrastinate. You might feel more liberated, lighter, and energized if you complete your responsibilities without delay. Sir Francis Bacon, an English statesman and philosopher, advises us to start doing what you wish to do today. We are not experiencing eternal life. We only have this very second, which is melting away in our hands like a snowflake. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic week. If you believe this video has added value to your understanding of life, please like and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content.